Okay, hey Cinth, here's the addendum to our missile corvette tutorial, which is focusing on LOD3. Now, you'll need the latest version from SVN, and so we'll call this, so make a copy, obviously missile corvette LOD3, and we'll raise this up slightly. We're going to use a new tool. This tool may actually be one that you want to use for decimation and so forth in general. I don't know. We'll see. It's called Simplygon. You open up the Simplygon window and that pops up. There's a reduction thing. You can set up LOD chains as well if you'd like. You can say, how many LODs would you like and how much smaller do they get each time? You could do something like that and it may save on reduction. I don't No, they seem to be kind of hole based in a good way, so that holes and stuff don't come in here. Now, um, it's based on the selected assets, triangles in this case, 1062. We don't care about triangles, we care about vertices. When I look at the actual underlying object here, I see that's 1662 vertices. So 1662, let's try and get it to about 200 instead of 300, just to be on the safe side, since this also works really well. So we'll say 12%. So we got to select this again so that it has something selected. Say 12%, click me to process, and then boom, it throws it into manage jobs. There's a thing under settings where it says like automatic downloads or something along those lines. I think you may have to set up your own user account. I've got one. I'm not sure if, I don't think that'll carry over. You need to do your own deal. But so it uploads it, it processes it, and it takes a little bit, and then uh, you can have it set up to automatically download, and then it did. Now, where it put it is in the LODs folder, which is not the most useful. I wish I could put it somewhere else, but such is life. So this is Missile Corvette LOD3, the old thing. Then we've got our, leaves it under pending for some reason. When I bring this back out, it calls it Missile Corvette LOD3, LOD1 or something. So look at this though. We've got this guy with 277 vertices, 127 tries, and I mean, that pretty well gets the idea across when we're that distant in particular. So, and that will dynamic batch with anything when we have it set to basic ship LOD3. So, by the way, it'll throw this error of material doesn't have a texture property, main text. It's like, yeah, it sure doesn't. um, but this doesn't use textures. So this this new thing right here is using this particular Missile Corvette LOD3, which I can drag over to Missile Corvette parts. And then there's all this stuff in here that I can just delete at this point. LODs is set to ignore, so it won't, same as with the temporary folder, so those won't check in to SVN, which is good. And we just drag this in here. Going to call that LOD3. And once again, copy the TRS, just like in the other one. Paste component values, there we go. All right, so basic ship LOD2, whoops. Basic ship LOD3. What's the problem here? All right, that's confusing. Let's go ahead and hit apply on this so it becomes part of this larger thing here. Now, why is this unable to be basic ship LOD3? Is it complaining because it doesn't have a main text? It may be a interface thing. Seriously. What? Um, all right. Standard. LOD3. Hey. Okay. Now that's weird because it actually says what? This makes no sense. It says LOD2 in both up there. It's because it keeps complaining and the editor can't show the updated version. That's wacky. So this thing here, that is absolutely wacky. Oops, wrong thing. Not rimmed vertex. So I'm just going to leave this back here at vertex only. And no emission. Right. So looking at this thing, I should be able to see on the dark side of it that it is not emitting anything versus LOD2 has emission, LOD3. There we go. Now it says it. I don't get why the interface did that. You may run into that and then you'll have to check it. That's pretty frustrating. Okay, so we got to copy the TRS again. Irritating. All right, so now looking at our LOD3, can get rid of LOD2 that I put in there temporarily in the last video. And now you can see here, as you zoom out, at this point in this whole range right here, it's 200s, well, it shows right there, 127 triangles, one material, and it's using something that will let it batch with any kind of ship under the sun, which is great because that means you could have one batch that has like 40 fighters and 10 corvettes all in it at this sort of distance. And when we're talking about a really big battlefield where there's some things that are very distant, that's really, really useful. So hit apply and should be done. When I go to check stuff in SVN, it should just have the new stuff there. Can always do a save all assets to make sure that it's okay. But yeah, spaceship LOD3, normally that wouldn't change, but yeah, these other elements changed, and so hooray. And that's going to be the process for this. And like I said, you could go ahead and probably use Simplygon for creating your entire LOD chain. It's up to you. Might save some time. All right, thanks for watching.